Hello you, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, and I do hope you're all doing well. I really do hope that. Hey guys, sorry I wasn't around yesterday and I didn't do a video. I had to have a day off. A little bit run down lately. Hey, it happens. I've been flat out making loads and loads of content. So give me a rest. Anyway, welcome back. Loads to talk about today here on Chelsea News. Scintillating stories. Antonio Rudiger's tussle with Chelsea Football Club about his wage demands and new contract. Could we lose Antonio Rudiger? Ooh, I hope not. Chelsea fans go nuts about Jude Bellingham. Absolute sensation. Give him the Belling door. I'm sorry about that joke. Price. Apparently there's a price on his head. Well, that sounds like he's going to be taken out. No, apparently his transfer value has been evaluated. We're going to read through an article about that. And also, I want to talk about a feel-good story about Thomas Tuchel. That'll give you the warm fuzzies, hopefully. So consider subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy, for daily content. Please do drop a like. See how many likes we can get. That would be nice. Maybe 3,000 likes. Ooh la la. We can do it together, you and I, dear friend. Also, yeah, of course, Instagram is the place to find my exclusive nudes at Football Yannick. And I'm delighted to tell you, this video is brought to you by OneFootball. That's right, it's totally free. I ain't selling you anything here. I'm offering you an awesome free app that gives you everything you need in terms of keeping up with the beautiful game, transfers, statistics, lineups, results, everything is all there on OneFootball. So simply click the link down in the description to check it out. Remember, it's free. It's totally free. So go click that link. Let's check out the first story. And we start on the Metro, talking about Big Tony Rudiger, who apparently does mental runs now, like Kurt Zouma. Chelsea defender Antonio Rudiger has rebuffed the club's latest contract offer worth £140,000 a week. I think he's on like probably 80, 90 or something like that, and feels it falls short of his expectations according to reports. The German defender has been a key part of Thomas Tuchel's backline since the manager took charge in January, though he is out of contract next summer at the end of the season, people, and could leave on a free transfer. We could lose him on a free. Foreign clubs are allowed to begin pre-contract negotiations with the 29-year-old when his deal enters the final 6 months. So basically in January, he can start talking to other clubs legally and be like, I'm going to join you for free, or I'll join you for free. And we'll be sitting here like, this is horrible. It's like your girl, you think your girl's going to split up with you soon, and she starts like texting boys preparing to leave you. Does that make sense? Sorry if that analogy was weird. It was weird. Chelsea opened talks with Rudiger's camp over a new deal months ago. The Telegraph report that he's unwilling to accept their latest contract offer of 140k. Okay, so yeah, it's 40k a week more, so he's on 100k. Having become such a key component of Chelsea's Champions League winning team, he is looking to at least double his wages, as he feels he would be offered that by the clubs as a free agent. Well, he absolutely would be. Rudiger is also aware that a host of Blues' current stars are already earning 200k a week or over, including Lukaku, Kante, and Timo Werner. Obviously, his German mate probably told him how much he earns. Timo Werner earning over £200,000. Ooh la la, that's incredible. That's a lot of peas, man. That is a lot of money. But Chelsea are extremely unlikely to cave into his demands. Interesting. And any pre-contracted negotiations certainly will not be resolved before January, when Rudiger is free to talk to foreign clubs. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, and Bayern Munich are all interested in the centre-back, who could have his pick of any club and sign a new contract. Oh dear. Of course, Chelsea are looking at Jules Koundé. Let's talk about this a little bit before we move on. Okay, so what do we know? Rudiger's 29, going on 30. Chelsea are probably aware of that. If he was performing at this level and was 26, I think there would be a... I know defenders go on for longer, but I think probably, because Chelsea like to keep asset value and retain value, they'd be more inclined to give him more money. He's worth 200k a week to Chelsea, on maybe like a 4-year deal maybe. I think it's because Chelsea don't want to be paying a 34-year-old 200k a week who's no longer in the side and has no sell-on value, because you can't sell a player getting paid high wages because the buying club doesn't want to pay them those wages. So I kind of get Chelsea's position. It's really, really difficult, actually. It's super difficult. But to replace a player of Rudiger's quality, and let's have it right, he's been so good for Tuchel, you've got to pay like £60 million anyway. Do you know what I mean? And that new player coming in would demand probably 200k a week. So it does seem like a no-brainer, although I understand, playing devil's advocate for the aforementioned reasons, like I said, I understand why perhaps this isn't as easy as we as fans would assume it is, because, you know, he's about to turn 30, say like he wants a 4-year deal. Again, you don't want a 34-year-old on 200k a week that's just not in the side. So I get it, it's difficult. I mean, he plays really well. He's probably the most irreplaceable defender we've got at the moment at the back. We've got Chalobah and Azpilicueta that can play on the right. We've got Christensen and Thiago Silva who can play in the middle. And then we've got Rudiger on the left. Just Rudiger. And do you want to lose that guy? Do you want to see him balling for, I don't know, Bayern or Juventus, PSG? You don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Anyway, that's the situation with that. The next story we're talking about today, I've just clicked out of it. That's good. That's very clear. We're going to talk about Thomas Tuchel last because that's a nice story. But before, we're going to talk about Jude Bellingham. So let's have a look. Of course, Jude Bellingham is a player that's been linked to Chelsea before, and he is an absolute superstar. The midfielder has a significant amount of time left in his contract, meaning this could be a difficult transfer mission for Marina Granovskaya to navigate her way through. Now, people were thinking like, Jude, but he very much can play as a CDM, or that sort of functional midfielder, but he absolutely can play as one of those number 10s in Chelsea's system. He could be like a Mason Mount type character where you can play either, do you know what I mean? Versatile, young, high profile, exciting. He's that kind of player. Do you know what I mean? So let's have a read. Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund have both mixed fortunes over the years when it comes to transfer dealings between the pair. From the successful negotiation for Christian Pulisic to the unsuccessful ones and the recent examples of Erling Haaland, of course, Chelsea, and Callum Hudson-Odoi, who obviously had agreed terms with Dortmund for a loan this transfer window, but Thomas Tuchel had personally blocked that loan, and he came out and explained, I've reported on it in recent videos. Tuchel said, yeah, he wanted to go, it was all good, but I just said, no, mate, I want you in the squad. And also, this article here has missed out Michy Batshuayi, who, of course, had a really successful loan spell at Dortmund, scoring a bunch of goals, and they wanted to buy him off Chelsea, but Chelsea demanded too much money. Imagine that hindsight, like, had Chelsea sold Michy Batshuayi to Dortmund when they wanted him, maybe Erling Haaland would have gone straight to Chelsea. Funny how things work out. It looks as though the relationship will be tested again, but this time with a young midfielder in Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, 18, moved to the Westfalenstadion-based club in 2020 from the Championship from Birmingham City, as he aims to follow the path of Jadon Sancho, improving his all-round game and before potentially making a return to English football in the near future. And of course, he got himself into the England squad, featuring a little bit, and will probably feature more and more. Consequently, a host of Premier League sides are already reportedly monitoring the situation surrounding the midfielder ahead of a potential January summer swoop. But the latest update coming from Germany appears to have watered down any hope of seeing a swift return to England for the youngster, who still has 4 years left on his deal. Yeah, but they might, the thing is though, right? Dortmund love money. They missed out on what they, would have been a massive fee for Erling Haaland should that deal be done, and they're going to get 65 million for him. Yes, the Erling Haaland deal will cost the buyer loads of money still, because there's going to be massive Mino Raiola fees, because there's going to be signing on not signing on fees, because it's a transfer, but there'll be loads of extra money in between, ridiculous wages. He's still going to cost, amortized across his contract, a ridiculous sum of money, so it's not going to be a steal. But for Dortmund, it will suck, because they're only making 65 million quid when they could have made well over 100 million quid. So with that in mind, maybe just maybe, they might be inclined to sell Jude Bellingham if a massive fee comes up. It can happen. It could happen. See what I'm saying here. This because the German outlet Sport Bild has reported Hans-Joachim Watzke, if that's how you say it, will not let him leave for anything less than a mammoth price of €100 million, which is £85 million. £85 million is a lot of money, but he is a sensational player. I'm not saying he's worth £85 million, but he is sensational. If they are going to be successful in prizing away the free Lions international from the continent in the upcoming transfer windows, the report goes to say that Liverpool have already made their initial move to lead the race for Dortmund's number 22, with manager Jurgen Klopp already reportedly putting the feelers out to Bellingham's camp for a potential £93 million swoop. Well, why would you pay more than the quoted price? Riddle me that, viewer. Listen, Liverpool need a midfielder, don't they? Because they've sold Wijnaldum, who was their best midfielder, I think, last season. Obviously, really, really good. Oh, no, he went on a free transfer, I think. He was going to Barcelona, but then PSG decided to pay him loads of money instead. And to be honest, Barcelona look awful, so he probably made a good move there. Okay, so who's in the midfield? Henderson, he's just signed a new deal, but he's not a starter really. Milner's obviously super old. They've lost Wijnaldum. The youngster, I'm forgetting his name already. The poor lad who got his ankle dislocated. He's going to be out for a while. So, kind of makes sense. They go for a Jude Bellingham type character. He's so good though. And of course, I'd much rather him come to Chelsea. But I wanted to talk about him because he's been absolutely balling out for Dortmund and indeed England. What an incredible player he is, and he just speaks so well. He's one of those young professionals that you think, damn, you're good, man, and whoever gets you is rather lucky. Alright, let's move on to the final part of the video. This is a really nice story. It's not like a transfer story, or a match review. It's a nice piece of information that seems to have surfaced about the Chelsea manager, Thomas Tuchel. So let's have a little look. Thomas Tuchel paid for heart surgery of a former maid's son and gifted her a villa before leaving Paris Saint-Germain. Thomas Tuchel helped out his former maid in Paris in a big way before he left the club last year. According to Canal supporters, the German gaffer and his family hired a Filipino cleaning lady to help them soon after moving to Paris. So, some support around the house for him and his family. Tuchel's family grew closer to her, and the manager personally financed a major heart surgery for one of her children. Apparently, it was one of her sons that needed heart surgery. Which obviously can be very, very expensive, especially if it's private heart surgery. That's going to be an incredible sum. And Thomas Tuchel paid for that, for the heart surgery of her child. And when he realised that his PSG job might be under threat, so when he's sort of feeling out like, I might, end up leaving here, Thomas also asked the lady about her dreams, upon which he discovered she wanted to return to the Philippines and build a house. So he sort of had this idea of he won't be around there for much longer, and he wanted to do something nice first, so he asked her about her dreams. She shared that. Tuchel kept that in mind, and before leaving Paris, he made her the owner of a luxurious villa in the Philippines to spend the rest of her life happy. The German manager then took over Chelsea in 2020 and helped them win the Champions League. The rest is history. Now look, I know there might be some cynical people out there saying, you got a lot of money, it's easy to do nice things. And that's true. But this is just a feel-good story that's become available to us. A sort of working class lady who he could have just paid her well and, been nice to her and sort of smiled and stuff. But he went out of his way. This is testament to his character. Went out of his way to learn about her, become close, pay for the heart surgery of her child. Investigated what her dreams were so that if he had to leave, he could do something for her. And that's exactly what he did. He found out, look, she wants to go back to her home and, have a house and live out her days there, and knowing her children's safe, and had this surgery. He bought her a luxurious villa, and I think that's really nice. It's a feel-good story, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I really love Thomas Tuchel. I mean, there's loads of nice people in the world, and loads of people, if they had the money, they would do the same, but, doesn't prevent me from telling what is a nice story. So guys, if you think that's nice, and you've enjoyed the content, drop a like. It does help me. Liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. And feel free to go click the link and check out OneFootball in the description. Or the link is down there. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.